In today's episode, the real world isn't real. What no one tells you about life, death, and freedom. We'll explore ways to bring more clarity, calm, and mindfulness into your day. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any of the inspiring stories and wisdom we'll share next. What if everything you've been told about the real world is a lie? What if true freedom isn't out there, but right here, within you? Have you ever been told to face the real world? Usually, that means working harder, chasing success, and dealing with the struggles of everyday life. But what if the so-called real world isn't as real as we think? Buddhist teacher Ajahn Lee once said, "The world's goodness isn't true, its truth isn't good." That's a bold statement, but let's explore it. We spend so much energy pursuing status, wealth, and pleasure, yet these things are like sand slipping through our fingers. They're temporary, they're shaped by social expectations, and they rarely bring lasting peace. Think about it. How often does that next promotion, the latest phone, or even a perfect vacation truly satisfy us for long? This doesn't mean life is meaningless or that joy doesn't exist. Instead, Ajahn Lee is pointing us to something deeper, something more real than the real world. He's talking about the Dhamma, the truth of life itself. Unlike the fleeting highs of material success, the Dhamma is both true and good. It shows us a way to step out of the endless cycle of chasing and losing, of getting and grieving. For me, this teaching was a wake-up call. I used to believe that busyness equaled purpose, but slowing down and reflecting showed me how much of my happiness was tied to things I couldn't control. Practicing mindfulness, just pausing to watch my breath, helped me see that peace isn't out there, it's already here when we learn to let go. So let me ask you, what would your life feel like if you stopped measuring your worth by the world's standards and started exploring what's truly lasting? We live in a world full of noise and distractions, social media feeds, endless work schedules, and the constant chase for success. These things keep us busy, but they rarely prepare us for life's biggest truths. The reality is, no one escapes aging, sickness, or death. Yet we spend so much time running from this fact that when life hits us hard, we feel completely unprepared. Buddhist monks often describe the monastery as a place to truly face yourself. But you don't have to be a monk to begin this work. Anytime you pause, reflect, and look inward, you step into this same practice. When we stop distracting ourselves, we see what's really inside: greed, anger, fear, and attachment. It's uncomfortable, but it's also powerful, because once you see your mind clearly, you can choose to stand firm instead of running away. This is what the Buddha called taking shelter for the mind. It's like building an inner refuge, a safe place no storm in life can destroy. Imagine having a deep, steady calm inside you, no matter what's happening outside. That's not just a spiritual idea, it's practical. Life will challenge you. Relationships will change. Health will decline. But with a strong, trained mind, you won't be crushed by these truths. I used to avoid these topics too. Talking about death or impermanence felt depressing. But over time, I realized that ignoring reality didn't make it go away. Facing it actually brought freedom. It taught me to appreciate this moment, to value people I love, and to let go of what I can't control. So here's a question for you. What would happen if, instead of avoiding life's hardest truths, you learned to face them with courage and clarity? What would it feel like to face death with peace instead of fear? Most of us avoid even thinking about it, yet it's the one thing no one can escape. In one of his most moving talks, the beloved Thai meditation teacher Ajahn Chah sat beside a woman who was dying. He didn't comfort her with false hope or promises that everything would be fine. Instead, he offered her something far more powerful, the truth spoken with compassion. He told her that the body is like a set of tools we've used our whole lives. Over time, they wear out. They served their purpose, and now it's time to gently put them down. We spend our entire lives taking care of this body, but when the moment comes, clinging only makes suffering worse. Ajahn Chah reminded her not to let her mind be trapped as her body decayed. Instead, he invited her to let go, not in despair, but with deep understanding. He pointed her toward something unshakable, awareness itself. In Buddhism, this awareness is often called Buddho, a mind that knows and is awake. This, he said, is your true refuge, not your family, not your wealth, not your possessions. Those things cannot go with you, but awareness, clarity, and peace are always here, even in the final breath. I think about this often. We live as if death is far away, but none of us know when it will come. Facing this truth isn't morbid, it's freeing. It makes every moment precious. It reminds us to let go of grudges, to say, "I love you" more often, and to hold life lightly. So I'll ask you, if death came tonight, what would you wish you had let go of? What would you wish you had done differently? Maybe now is the time to live with that awareness, so when the final moment comes, you can meet it with the same calm and courage Ajahn Chah taught. Life is like a river. It flows steadily downhill, winding through valleys and over rocks, never stopping, never turning back. No matter how much we want to hold on to youth, health, or the people we love, life keeps flowing forward. Aging, illness, and loss aren't mistakes in the system, they're part of it. But here's the thing, most of our suffering doesn't come from life itself. It comes from our resistance to this truth. Think about it. How often do we fight reality? We deny that we're getting older. We feel shocked when someone we love passes away, even though we've always known that nothing lasts forever. It's like trying to dam up a powerful river with our bare hands. It's exhausting and, in the end, impossible. In Buddhism, this understanding is called right view. It's not a cold or depressing outlook. It's actually liberating. When we start to see life as it really is, constantly changing, flowing, and impermanent, we can stop clinging so tightly. We begin to find peace, even in moments of uncertainty. I've seen this truth firsthand. A friend of mine was diagnosed with a serious illness in her early 40s. At first, she fought it, clung to every possibility of avoiding the inevitable. But over time, something shifted. She began to accept her situation, not with defeat, but with grace. She said it was like finally letting herself float downstream, trusting the current. That peace changed her completely. So here's a question for you. What if you stopped fighting the flow of life? What if instead of resisting change, you learned to move with it? Maybe real freedom isn't about controlling life's current. It's about learning to trust it. We all spend so much time building our home. Not just a house, but a life filled with comfort, stability, and security. We decorate, upgrade, and dream of the day we'll finally feel safe and settled. But here's the truth no one likes to talk about. Every outer home is temporary. The house you live in now will one day belong to someone else. Even this body, which we take care of and identify with so strongly, is only a temporary shelter. In Buddhism, there's a teaching about finding the real home. And that home isn't made of bricks or wood. It's inner peace, a mind that is steady, awake, and free from attachment. Think about it. No matter how beautiful your home is or how strong your body feels today, youth, health, and beauty all slip away with time. The world, in a way, is always running away from us. But this realization doesn't have to be depressing. In fact, it's deeply freeing. When we stop expecting temporary things to give us lasting happiness, we stop clinging so tightly. We begin to invest in something that truly lasts, a mind at peace. I've seen this in people who have very little, but radiate a calmness that no amount of money can buy. It's like they've built a home no storm can shake. So, let me ask you, where is your true home? Is it in your possessions, your career, or even your physical body? Or is it in a place deeper than all of that, a peace that's always there, waiting for you to notice it? Maybe the real home we've been searching for isn't something we build, but something we discover within ourselves. Have you ever really noticed your breath? Not just felt it, but truly watched it. Each inhale comes, each exhale goes, and there's nothing you can do to hold on to either one. The breath is one of the simplest yet most profound teachers we have. It's a mirror that reflects the truth of impermanence. No breath is the same, no breath stays. And yet, this constant rhythm keeps us alive. When you start to observe your breathing, something shifts. You begin to see life itself in those gentle rises and falls. Birth and death aren't distant events, they're happening right now with every breath. The inhale is like a tiny birth, the exhale a tiny death. We live through this cycle thousands of times a day, but rarely pause to notice it. In Buddhism, awareness of the breath is more than a relaxation technique. It's a path to freedom. The breath anchors us in the present moment, where all of life unfolds. When you follow it closely, you start to experience a stillness beyond the body, beyond thoughts, beyond the constant rush of life. This is where we meet what some teachers call the real Buddha. Not a statue or a historical figure, but pure awareness itself. I've had moments during meditation where this truth felt so clear. I realized I wasn't breathing the breath. The breath was breathing me. Life was flowing through me, and I didn't have to control it. That realization brought a deep sense of trust, a peace that didn't depend on anything outside myself. So, here's a question for you. What if your next breath was more than just survival? What if it became your greatest teacher, guiding you to a place beyond fear, beyond clinging, beyond time itself? We often cheer at the birth of a child and mourn when someone passes away, but have you ever paused to notice how these two moments are deeply connected? Birth and death aren't opposites, they're inseparable parts of the same cycle. The moment something is born, its journey toward death begins, and when something dies, it gives way to new beginnings. Think of nature. A tree drops its leaves in the fall, only to bloom again in spring. The leaf that falls enriches the soil, feeding the roots for the next season. Life is like that too, constantly transforming, never truly ending, never truly beginning. Yet we tend to resist this truth. We cling to life as if we can hold it still, and we fear death as if it's some terrible interruption. But what if both are simply two sides of the same coin? Wisdom lies not in clinging to this cycle, but in seeing it clearly. Imagine sitting by a river. You can't hold on to one drop of water. It flows, and that's its nature. Life is the same. When we stop trying to fight this flow,
something beautiful happens. A deep peace arises. Many spiritual teachers remind us that real freedom comes from letting go, from stepping outside this endless cycle of birth and death. It's not about rejecting life, but about living fully without fear, because we see the truth clearly. Here's something to reflect on. What if the fear of death is just a misunderstanding of life? If we could embrace the fact that every breath is both an ending and beginning, would we still cling so tightly, or would we finally feel free? Take a moment after this video to pause, breathe, and reflect. And if this message brought you clarity, give it a like and subscribe. Let's spread more peace in this noisy world.